And it's really interesting to get into the mind of somebody who's done this and just be like, oh, is that really how you're feeling about it? That doesn't sound great. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, Super Fit Cosplay. Bit of a different one for you today. So, David Corenswet has come out and talked a little bit about his journey to get to the movie Superman 2025, directed by James Gunn, starring David Corenswet. I think that's kind of my tagline now. It's kind of like how I say things. That's what we do, starring, directed by. I don't know. Anyway, he's come out and talked a little bit about his journey, his health journey, his fitness journey, his bulking journey to Superman 2025, and I thought it was pretty relevant to me, just because I've been there. I've been to a place where I've wanted to gain weight. I've been a place I wanted to lose weight. I'm constantly trying to be a little bit fitter than I am. So there's different journeys here, and it was very interesting, and it brought to light one of those interesting things that sometimes we don't really think about when we watch a superhero movie, is the transformation that the actor goes through to get to what we see on screen. I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, obviously Christopher Reeve, huge transformation when he became Superman, right? He went from, I think, like 160 or 170 to like literally 225. So obviously trained by the late great David Prowse, Darth Vader. I'm pointing to a statue that I have of Darth Vader over there. You've got Hugh Jackman, you've got Chris Evans, you've got Chris Hemsworth, Ryan Reynolds. They all go through these transformations to be these superheroes, and however they do it, Henry Cavill, of course, Man of Steel. However they do it, whether they use substances or not, they are working hard. They are putting their body through the ringer. And that really can wreak havoc on a lot of things, not just physically, but mentally as well. So recently, David Corenswet came out and he talked about his journey to what he wanted to do for Superman. So obviously, David Corenswet was a bit of a taller and lankier, not lanky, but not overly built. I think he's 6'4", and that's, as Supermen go, pretty tall. So essentially, David Corenswet said he was looking for an excuse to pack on the weight, right? He wanted to put on size, and so this was that. So he basically went from his weight to 238, and the problem was, for him, he did it a little bit too quickly. Now that's 238 pounds, so in the metric system, that would be what? I don't know, 110, 115, something like that. So he's not a light boy, but at 6'4", it's not like that's crazy huge. So he does have some height, and so his weight to his body feels about right. But the problem was he was not feeling great about it because he sort of felt like he got there too quickly. So his whole thing was that he wanted to show up filming at about 210. So when you go with an idea of 210, you get to 238. That's a bit of a jump, right? And so he was talking about how he was, he wasn't feeling good. He didn't feel great at that weight. Before filming even began, he had to drop about 10 pounds or so because, and whether that's muscle or fat, who knows? Hopefully mostly fat. So he was filming at about 228, but he was talking about, it sounds like he was in two minds about it, where it didn't feel great, but then he would put on, and now I can relate to this one, where if you get a little bit too big, because I've been upwards of about 240 pounds, 110 kilograms, and I've been there in a few different versions, so that could either be just not a great thing, like fat, or if I'm purposely bulking, and you're in two minds about it, because it's like, okay, I can get into this extra large shirt or this double extra large shirt, and it's kind of cool that you're filling that out, but at the same time, it's like, does it really feel good? So his thing was, yeah, I could get into these XL, double XL sweatshirts and I could fill it out, and that's cool, but I didn't fit it in any of my pants. And it makes you realize just what these guys go through. Like, right, so it's not just what we're seeing on screen. It's everything that goes into it afterward. And beforehand. And it's amazing. It's like somebody like Chris Hemsworth, for example. Like, he's got a couple shirtless scenes in Thor. He would have spent weeks dieting to get to that point, you know, after bulking up a little bit, only for a minute or two on screen. And then that's not something that he'll maintain. Like, so, for example, if you look at something like Thor and then you go to him in Ghostbusters, don't at me. I know not everybody likes that movie. I enjoyed the all-female remake of Ghostbusters. I thought it was fun. But you look at him in that, and he's very different from when he's in Thor. So it's not something that's maintainable. And again, you can say that he uses substances, whatever. He's still working hard, right? I'm not pro or anti-substance. I would never use them because they scare the hell out of me. But it's like they go absolutely nuts for these roles. And a lot of the time we spend talking about just the performance, and we forget about what they do in prep. And we kind of forget to appreciate that. So, and that's always been sort of my problem with the suit that we've seen so far, is that the guy's obviously worked hard to get bigger. That suit doesn't show that off. Whereas, like, you have somebody like Christopher Reeve, and you see him in that suit, and it's like, whoa, dude, that guy has worked hard, like hard. Even Henry Cavill, like, I mean, look, it's a superhero movie in 2025. I'm sure we're going to see a shirtless David Corenswet at some point. But, like, even Henry Cavill, like, you see him with his shirt off in Man of Steel, and it's like, whoa, this guy's worked. And even with the suit on, like, yes, okay, the suit has a muscle suit, but guess what, kids? That muscle suit for that suit is not to make Henry look bigger. It's to accentuate what Henry already has, because that pattern, that suit, if there was no muscle suit or padding in it, or lining, it's just muscle lining, it would just look blocky and silly, because that pattern would hide everything. Those of you who own a suit like that have a removable muscle suit, put the suit on without the muscle suit and see what it looks like. Not great. So, Henry Cavill, no. Did he need a muscle suit? No. Christopher Reeve didn't need a muscle suit, but that's like the the two-way stretch spandex, the heavy spandex. It accentuates your body in really good ways. Brandon Routh, he went through a bit of a transformation. Not as extreme, I don't believe, as some of the other actors, but that suit accentuated his body. There was a small muscle suit in the Superman Return suit, believe it or not. It was just small little pieces of latex, just to hold the form, again, of that suit, because it was really patterned. So, again, you look at the little intricacies of what these guys do, and it's just like, wow. And girls, like, obviously, women, females go through the same ringer. Like Gal Gadot, she obviously worked. Like, if you ever Google any of these actors, like, workouts, and you can see how much they've worked, it's like, whoa. I did Henry Cavill's workout routine and nutrition routine a while back. It's a fun little watch, like 5,000 plus calories, and that's the hardest part. Is all the eating. It's crazy. Like, his diet. Oh. You were eating like every hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was like a lot of food. Was it overkill? Probably. But, again, it puts you into that mental state of, I need to look a certain way, which is really relevant to today. So it's not just limited to us mere mortals who want to look good and feel good about ourselves. It's the actors, too, that are in the limelight all the time. It's like they have a specific role that they're doing, and they want to look at it. And it's really interesting to get into the mind of somebody who's done this and just be like, oh, is that really how you're feeling about it? That doesn't sound great. But then you look at their performance and you're just like, whoa, even through all that, you put that performance out. We obviously don't know what the performance is going to be yet, but, you know, it's coming. It's coming. But that's all I had to say about that. What are your thoughts on all this? What are your thoughts on athletes extremely changing their body? Comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. You know, we can talk about the steroids if you want to. We all know that some of them use them. Do all of them use them? No, but some of them do, probably. But it's an interesting topic, I found. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding. Follow me at Melbourne Superman. Make sure, on Instagram, by the way, make sure that you check out the members only option for the page. Starts at $2.99 a month. You can get some extra footage, early access, all that good stuff. So it's always around, it's always there, including some never before seen to the public reviews on suits that I've had. So look, again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at Melbourne Superman on Instagram, and I'll catch you next time.